We just discussed the probability or theoretical probability, which means what we are expecting to happen. Empirical probability just means what actually did happen. So if you actually perform an experiment, you're actually using data. We don't call that theoretical probability, we call it empirical because we're actually using data. So for instance, if I'm going to flip a coin 100 times, I'm assuming that 1/2 of those times, or 50 times, I will get heads, and 50 times I will get tails. What you ended up doing is you had 52 heads and 48 tails. So you didn't get exactly what you expected. So if I picked a result of those experiments at random, what's the probability that I would choose a result that had heads? Well, 52 out of 100 different items, because I actually had 52 heads out of 100. Then of course I could reduce that to 13 over 25. So again, empirical just means based on actual data as opposed to based on what we might expect something to happen. Here's a question for you to try on your own, so press pause, try this question, then press play to check your work. So in this one we were talking about the 4,224,100 individuals the age of 40 in the US, and that 8,038 of those die before the age of 41, and of course this is the amount that would survive. So determine the probability that a 40-year-old will live to age 41. So of course I would take the actual numbers. So that's the actual amount of people who survive out of the number of people that we have of age 40. So this is the probability successful over total number of people. So even though this value looks pretty big, in determining the probability, there's a 0.998 probability, or a 99.8% chance that if you're 40 that you will live to 41, which I'd say are pretty good odds. But again, this number can look a little bit frightening.